Does everybody on your team report to you?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay, that is your challenge. When you start, you wear 17 hats. You wear them all.
Yeah.
And then as you grow, then you get to take some hats off and give them to other people. If you follow my replacement ladder, we go with admin. Most people think admin is just email and calendar. No, admin is running errands, helping you with personal stuff, coordinating things, publishing on social media, proofreading your emails, like literally everything that is administrative in nature. Cleaning your office could even be part of that. Like there's all this stuff and you give it to that person, but you give them like hats. And then you hire another person, you take some hats off. The problem is that if you keep that pattern up at about 10 to 12 people, you hit a ceiling because it's about the most amount of people you can manage, telling people what to do, make sure they're staying busy, reviewing projects. And you could have strategic planning, you could do quarterly planning, and it all falls apart. What you want to do now is create structure where some of those people report into a person. And when I say report into a person, what you're doing instead of delegating tasks, you're now delegating decisions. And there's a big difference. See, I could delegate tasks like email support. Hey, when these emails come in, you need to reply to them. You're the support person. Or I could delegate customer success. And I say within the context of customer success, I need you to maintain these ratios, these metrics. This is the framework, right? The very specific scorecard. I co-create it with the person. And then if I have more support people, guess who they report to? To that person. So then I have somebody I've delegated decisions to, empowered them to actually own, and I only have one direct report and I can build a team underneath them. Most people make the mistake of not hiring people they can build up to having direct reports, which means they'll always be the bottleneck.
Yes.
Right? If you have 10 people reporting to you, which means you should be doing like you should have your weekly meetings with the different departments. You have 10 one-on-ones to be doing to make sure that you're available to pour into them, to support them, to coach them. Comp reviews, performance plan, like it's a lot of work. So what you want to do is you want to get back down to taking some hats off and giving the decisions and the ownership around those functions to those people. Now they can be both what's called player coach, meaning that they can still be a player on the field and do the work, support, and also be a coach the other support people. So then in that scenario, you might call them the head of support. And the head of support is exactly what it sounds like. You are the head of support. So if you look at your business into these three engines, you have a head of each engine. Technically, you should only have 3 direct reports. And then through those 3 direct reports, you buy back potentially 20 hours a week, 30 hours a week, because now you only have 3 people to pour into, 3 people to build the frameworks with, 3 people to build systems with, 3 people to do reporting with, 3 people to do strategy with. Those are the 3 people. And then with that new time, you go build the next growth engine. The next growth engine could be identifying a book of business to buy. It could be a new partnership. It could be paid acquisition. It could be doing your media and your social game. But when you look at your team through the lens of my job is to make sure the model works, right? And now you've got that, it's producing revenue. The profitability is there. It might not be as profitable as you want, but that's fine. Once you get that time back by empowering those people, then you can go work on those projects. The problem is most people have a team, but the team isn't set up to actually own outcomes.
Yeah.
They have to own the outcome. And it's a scary thing because again, anybody can get to 1 to 2 million, 3 million if they're really pushing, they're fucking burning hot and they're working 100 hours a week, but they use all the AI and they're like super in it and they're like doing, it's like my buddy. He's like, they do like 3 million in revenue, half of it's profit, bunch of VAs. But dude, if he doesn't show up, the machine stops, right? But he's so proud of himself. He's like, literally, I have all these VAs and I have AIs and da 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 da. It's like, bro, you're the only person that knows how this works. And if you're the only person that knows how this works, it means that if you get sick, if you hurt yourself, if your brain stops working very good, the whole machine stops. And I don't know what business you want to build, but I'd like to build a business that doesn't need me to make money, because that is a great company to own. It's a great company to operate, and it's a business that makes me a lot of money while I'm traveling the world.
Yes.
So by definition, you want to have people that are cross-trained and responsible for areas and know how to do things. You know what I mean? Then you can pour into those people, and while you're out with the family and a support email comes in, you know you don't have to touch it.
Yeah, no one to check it.
You cannot even check it. You're not supposed to touch it. You're not supposed to check it. You've given that piece of work to that person. You trust the person. If there's an issue with it, you write it down. You review it in your one-on-one. You ask them if there's an SOP. You help them create the checklist. You help them create the training. You help them create the standard. You coach into them. And if you do all that and they can't perform, then you got to go find somebody else. And maybe somebody on that team is the new head of support, and they now report to them, which never works out, but it is what it is. But that's the thing, is I just see that's the mental model and the framework.
That makes sense.
Yeah, if you want to go from 2 to 5, that has to happen, because I'll tell you, going from 5 to 10 is even harder. Because now all of a sudden you got to invest more money ahead of revenue to get the caliber of people that you pay enough to care. Because a lot of what I just said, through systems, automations, AI, you can get the machine built. But to get somebody that cares enough about managing, literally managing millions of dollars for you, you got to pay them well. And sometimes the business can't yet profitably do that. So essentially you go almost not profitable to get to that next stage. 10 million and above, so easy to run a company. I wish every entrepreneur could come into a 10 million a year business version of their company to experience that, and the structure and the people and the systems and they'd be like, oh shit, what the fuck does the CEO even do? Vision, money, people. At 10 million plus, the doing of it is being done. Then it's the orchestration and the pointing and communication and vision holding and capital stacks, like the real meaty, nerdy business stuff that needs to be managed.
Yes. And so the cadence of these meetings don't really matter as much as it's more of the person that you hired.
Here's a great example. Weekly marketing meeting. Yes. Bad? You run it. Good? Head of marketing runs it.
Okay.
Bad? You show up and take over the meeting. Good? You don't go to the meeting anymore and the results still happen. So when you ask me what my life looks like, you're going to hate me, because it's 45 minutes a week, because I don't own anything, because I've literally delegated the operations of a company. I have CEOs that run companies. I'm like a board member. And then my conversations is just alignment and resourcing. That's it. Real quick, you've made it to the end. Let me tell you what I know about you. You're not somebody that's looking to do shelf help. You're not somebody that's just doom scrolling on social media. You're here because you want to build a real business, and you're sick and tired of not getting the real insights to grow inside your business. So I want to help you avoid all the pain trying to figure this out the hard way like I did it. That's why I put together everything I've ever learned into the Scale Workbook. It's the internal document that I use with every founder I work with that turns a chaotic business into a money-making machine. And teaching you all of this without burning more hours. It's totally free. The link is in the description, or you can just scan the QR code on the screen, because I'm here to help you build your empire.